Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for coming to our final hours workshop of the semester. Today we'll be covering career planning. My name is Sergio Temores and I'm co-hosting this workshop with my friend Mitchell.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. I look forward to hosting this career planning workshop with Sergio as well.
Yeah, so we just wanted to move into a couple introductions. I'll start first, but we want to go over our name, our major, and what you look forward to this break. So my name is Sergio Temores. I am an English graduate student here at Cal State Long Beach, and I'm most looking forward to taking a break from school, taking a break from work for a little bit, and recharging my batteries before I finish this last semester. And I'll popcorn it to Mitchell.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Mitchell Fruto, as I just introduced myself. I'm a master's student in industrial organizational psychology, and I look forward to, like Sergio said, recharging myself, working out, and pretty much just playing basketball and catching up on shows. So I'm gonna go ahead and popcorn Daniela.
Hello, I'm Daniela Martinez. My major is nutrition with a concentration in nutritional science. And what I'm looking forward to for winter break is sleeping and catching up on a lot of TV shows and watching a ton of movies. I'm very excited for that. I will popcorn it over to Saron.
Everyone, my name is Saron Shifra. I am the program coordinator of the Office of Undergraduate Research Services, also known as OURS. What I'm looking forward to for winter break, very similar to what folks are saying, just napping and watching TV. And I will pass it over to Giovanni.
Thank you, Saron. Hi, I'm Giovanni, a peer advisor here at the Office of Undergraduate Research Services, OURS, and I am a computer science major in my third year. The main thing I'm looking forward to in winter break is sleep, as Daniela said, recharging my battery, similar to Sergio and Mitchell. Hopefully have some time for some side projects. I'm not sure. I'm not going to burden myself with that now, though. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Elisa Aparicio.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elisa Aparicio, Dr. Aparicio. Let's see, I am the director of the Office of Undergraduate Research Services and of the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program. I'll go through this quickly. My major was English as an undergrad. And what am I looking forward to for winter break? Same thing, echoing, just relaxing, catching up on some shows and going on some walks. I'm gonna try to be more intentional about going on some walks and enjoy the California winter.
Perfect, thank you all. We're gonna move into an agenda for what we're gonna be going over today. So we'll be going over what is career planning and what that means for you as an undergraduate student, just starting out your own professional career. The career planning process, what steps you need to take to think about setting goals and objectives for you to meet your goals. Getting started on your own career timeline. So what career planning looks like for you in your field, in your own specific major, and additional resources we like to share with you that can help you with your career planning process, whether they're skill assessments or cover letter and resume workshops, or just additional resources that could really help you in your own process. So what is career planning? Oh. Hello, we're just getting started with our presentation. You didn't miss much. We're going to go over, I'll just do it over again, right? We'll be going over today, what is career planning, the career planning process, getting started on your own career timeline, and additional resources. Elizabeth, would you like to introduce yourself with your name and your major before we start?
Hi, my name is Elizabeth. I'm studying human development and sociology.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate your time here today, and we hope you learned something today. So, what is career planning? Career planning involves a series of systemic steps that can help you decide what your short-term and long-term goals are and how you can prepare for them. So it may include major exploration, understanding what you want to study and the field it leads to, researching career options, selecting internships, and assessing your own skills and values. And we just want to emphasize that career paths are different and there's no right or wrong way, but a career planning process can help you make the best decisions for yourself. So what we mean by there's no right or wrong way, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to find some things you don't like. It's better to find those options out now than later you spend 5, 10, 15 years into a career, right? So we want to get exploring now. So what does the career planning process look like? It involves personal assessments, right? Identifying your own skills, interests, and values, what you abide by. So what you can do is utilize these skill assessments that will provide for you later in the resources tab, and also understanding and researching careers and majors, right? So you want to web search or interview people in careers or majors that you're interested in, right? So you can use Google, you can use LinkedIn, and Indeed, and just search like these job requirements and how much they pay, what type of education you need to get these jobs, and just lay out groundwork for what you need to do to meet those goals. So as with research, right, you want to take note of your findings. You want to make sure everything's organized and that you can find out what you found when you want to look back into it. So organize your assessment results and career major research using a Google folder, Excel sheet, Google Docs, hand notes, whatever it may be, whatever best fits your skill set. Make sure it's organized and you can refer back to it later. Clarify your options, right? Assess your findings and do more research if needed, and identify other alternatives, right? If you may see that this position you want, you have to go to graduate school, you got to get a PhD. Maybe you don't want to spend so much time, readjust and identify other things that may interest you so that we can get to your goal. And develop a short list of possible career or major options, right? Just identifying and keeping note of what you need to do to meet these goals and just keeping a list of them, right? Whether it's career, job opportunities or just a field in general, think about what you want to do, right? Because your time, spending your time doing this will definitely yield you more concise details about what you want to do. Okay. Evaluate your information, right? So you have this short list, right? Consider your alternatives and revise and modify and redirect as needed. So again, going back to that info, right? You don't want to go through school. You don't want to spend 5 years doing this. What can you get out of it in 2 years and 3 years and take to another field? Select career and major options. Select a primary and secondary career option based on what is best suited for you currently, right? Maybe you don't want to work full-time because you're also doing school. Maybe you want to do an internship just so you can feel out if this is the right industry for you. Maybe you want to do academic research, right? Maybe you volunteer for a professor here on campus and you find out later that this is not best for you, right? So that's why you want to explore these opportunities. Taking action, right? Every plan starts with action. Developing a plan to meet your goals and create a timeline. What does your timeline look from 1 year from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, after you graduate? Internships, part-time employments, volunteer opportunities, and professional organizations can all give you the experience you need to feel out if this is a career suited for you. Build your resume and practice interviewing. And when I say build your resume, keep it current, right? Don't update it every time you get a job, right? Every time you're leaving a job, keep it updated because you never know when these opportunities are going to arise. And practice interviewing, right? We have great PAs, we have great peer advisors, graduate assistants who have all gone through the interview process at one point or another. So maybe ask them if they could practice some mock interviews or just provide some tips on how to do it, right? Whether it's keeping eye contact or using hand gestures, right? We can all help, right? And we all have a bit more experience in this instance. Utilize your resources, Career Development Center, Advising Center, the Hours Office, the Dream Center. We have many resource centers here on campus. And if you don't know which one to go to, come to us and we'll refer you to which one, right? And if it's close enough, right, we'll even walk you there. We'll introduce you to someone, right? I'm sure we all know of someone that works in these offices and that we could introduce you by name. So feel free to ask us, where should we go, right? Who should I talk to? What should I go for this? Because better chances are than not that we know someone, right? So we want to make sure that we're not leaving you saying, hey, go walk over here, go walk over there. We want to make sure that you're left in good hands because we trust the fact that you came to us for help. And we're going to help you, right? So I'm going to share, well, let me see this. I want to share everything. All right. Oh, if it loads. Well, what I'm trying to do is share a video. Let me see if it loads. Oh, my bad. Let's see. Okay. Can you all let me know if it sounds good on you guys' end? But this is a video we wanted to share with you that just goes over what we were talking about, the process of exploring majors, careers. So let me know if that works for you. Just give me a thumbs up. I can see a few of you. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see it.
You might fantasize that identifying your dream job will be easy. You might take a test to help you understand what you're good at and enjoy. The test works like a magic sorting hat. The best career pops out, you get a job, and are happy for the rest of your life. Or you might take the idealized approach to your career exploration. You'd meet with a career counselor and complete a self-assessment to identify the skills, tasks, and values you'd want in a job. Multiple possibilities come out. To narrow it down, you'd read about those careers, talk to professionals, fall in love with one career, and go get your dream job. This approach is linear and logical, but not usually what happens. In reality, career exploration is messy, laborious, and iterative. Let's look at a typical case. A postdoc named John, ready to move on, but didn't know what he wanted to do. John met with a career counselor, took a self-assessment test, and a whole universe of career possibilities emerged. John narrowed his choices to 3 and began investigating jobs as a management consultant, medical science liaison, and medical writer. He did some reading on consulting and decided that consultants travel too much, so he eliminated that career. Next was medical science liaison. He liked what he read. He would be scientifically engaged while working with scientists and physicians. John talked to a medical science liaison and liked most of what he heard, except that there are advancement ceilings, so he crossed that off the list. On to medical writing. Like before, John read and spoke with people. He liked what he learned. He especially liked that he wouldn't need previous experience. He was tired of his postdoc and ready to make money. Over the course of a year, John applied for a ton of jobs, but got no interviews. Confused, he talked to more people. One told him that the field had changed. Now, you needed experience. So, he took a $2,500 regulatory writing course that would make him competitive. Unfortunately, he hated it. By now, John was very frustrated and told his sorry story to a classmate in the writing course. She suggested something different: patent agent. It seemed to involve the kinds of skills and tasks that John liked. This was an option he hadn't even considered. So we started the whole process over, reading and talking to people. This time, he also tested the work with a part-time internship at his university during his postdoc. He loved the work. He wrote reports and met several patent agents and lawyers. One of them suggested that he take the patent bar. He did, and he passed. John applied for jobs and found one quickly. These days, he's happily employed as a senior patent agent at a biotech company. Career exploration is complicated, messy, and hard work. So start early. Career exploration takes time. Don't rely on a single anecdote, get multiple data points. Embrace serendipity, because career leads can come from unexpected places. Try out the work in a low-risk way and take heart. Eventually, everyone gets there.
Okay, so I'm going to be taking over the presentation and the workshop. I love how the video was able to illustrate that the career planning process is not a straightforward line. There's always going to be different obstacles, but at the same time, different opportunities that arise. So always put yourself out there. You never know what social network will end up leading you into a different career. So what I'd like to do is usually talk about my interests to someone like a faculty member, a professor that you find interesting, that's teaching a topic of interest, or even a peer, someone like us, peer advisors. We can help you and direct you into the right career path for you based off your interests. And I just want to say, for me, I started off in my experience as a criminal justice major. My first 2 years in undergrad, I wasn't necessarily sure that this was the right path for me. But through time and experience, through networking with different faculty members, it chose me to a completely different direction, which led me to become a minor in psychology, eventually led me to become a major in psychology. I wanted to do forensic psychology at first. Then it led me into being interested in like business psych. So I ended up applying to master programs in industrial organizational psychology, which is pretty much the human behavior in the workforce. So just really experimenting with yourself is a great way for you to really find what you love and find a job that you'll see yourself happy with in the future. So let's get started on your career timeline. So enroll in career exploration courses or an intro course in your major of interest, right? This is great, especially if you're in your first 2 years of undergrad. You can take different types of elective courses to fulfill your GE requirements. And some of those courses can spark an interest in yours. Maybe you find yourself in a different direction that you'd like to lead. And it allows you in your first 2 years to change majors, right? In the first 2 years of undergrad, it's really pretty much just fulfilling your general education and then really fine tuning what you want to pursue. Next bullet point, please. Next, attend job fairs and learn about occupations. So at our Career Center, we have these opportunities where you can learn about different types of occupations in your field or in your major. Next, explore internships and part-time jobs. Without actually experiencing the field, how will you really know that you enjoy what you're doing? So use internships and part-time jobs as kind of like a test run, right? You're only there for like usually 6 to 8 weeks, 2 to 3 months, and maybe down the line, they offer you a full-time job offer upon graduation, or it allows you to actually explore different internship opportunities by the time you do graduate from undergrad. Next, ask to interview faculty, alumni, and other professionals. So this is actually how I became interested in some of the things I did through my career pathway. I interviewed with some of my professors at Cal State Fullerton, which led me to the path where I am now. It's also great to get insight, and they give you a realistic job preview of what you're going to be expecting in the field as well. Next, attend campus events and workshops. So something like this, we're here and you can use this as a resource to kind of direct you where you want your career to go. Next, research occupations and careers of interest to you. Next, take a skills assessment. So we're going to have and provide you guys links to different skills assessments that, based off your personality, your hobbies, and your interests, kind of directs you into a different opportunities of career paths that may be suitable for your and well-being, something that you'll be happy with and proud with during down the line of your career. Next, schedule an appointment with a career development center for guidance. So these professionals are going to be the ones that really help and fine-tune your career interests into a field that you can see yourself doing down the line. So some things to remember. Your major will not necessarily dictate your career path. I cannot emphasize this enough. A lot of people, are in the exploratory process. Just like myself, I ended up graduating with 2 degrees. I wasn't really sure with what I wanted to do. So just explore your options. There might be a niche topic in your major, and then you can really fine tune these interests into something that really you see yourself doing down the line. Many graduates end up successfully employed in fields that are not directly related to their major, which is true. Everyone's career planning process is different. Some people do have a straight line. They know what they're doing right out of high school, right? They have everything set up, but not everyone is like that. A lot of people like me, other people in the office, we all have different pathways, and nothing really can limit you in that regard. Just put yourself out there, see what you like, tie your actual hobbies, right? So let's say you're interested in a sport, right? In a different world, I would want to do something in basketball, right? So maybe I go into business marketing and I start out as a criminal justice major, but that's something that I want to do. It's never too late to pursue what you really want to accomplish down the line. Be open to changing factors that may impact your career choices, right? So like we said, there's going to be many obstacles. Sometimes you have to cater to your family. You might have to drop out of school to have a full-time job. Just keep yourself in an open mind and know that some people take longer than others due to different responsibilities. Next, career planning is not a linear process. Like I said, you may find yourself moving back and forth between steps, but without putting yourself out there and talking to other industry professionals, you'll never know what you find yourself interested in. And these fine tunings can really help you go a long way. And always seek help from mentors, career counselors, faculty, etc. So we're here at the Office of Undergrad Resources to really help you in that regard. We can find you a project that has something that in your career interests. So some discussion questions. We're going to go around in a round table. Since we don't have too many people here, we can all go around and talk about our career aspirations, what interests you in the field, and how will you get there. Some already are there, but I'm going to go ahead and start with me. So what are my career aspirations? So right now, a little bit about my field in industrial organizational psychology. The industrial part is more in HR, selection, test construction, recruiting, hiring, or I can go to the organizational side. So developing organizational culture through leadership, just things like that. So right now I'm in the exploratory process, like many of us, right? I'm taking a class in the I side, but next semester I'm taking classes in the O side. And I'm gonna use different internship opportunities down the line in my second year of my graduate program to really fine tune my interests, see what I enjoy and see what I like. What interests me in this field? I love psychology. So the study of human behavior, but in the workforce. So I love how I can use my principles from my undergrad and really apply it into the industry. And I love how IO Psych, I can work into any field. I can either work in education, entertainment, gaming, like sports. So I think it's really great. Everyone needs an HR department, everyone recruits. This is why I'm interested in biopsychology, is because of the flexibility. And how will I get there? I'm gonna have to get this degree, get some internship experiences, and hopefully make enough connections down the line to get me to where I wanna be. So with that being said, I'm gonna popcorn Sergio.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. My career aspiration, I'd hope to be an English second language teacher in the future, working with elementary students. I'm interested in working with these positions because those are some of the cool teachers I had growing up, and they really helped me develop my own communication skills. And I think it's something that I've developed throughout, throughout my college experience, being able to work with people of all different backgrounds. I'm really interested in working with international students specifically because I like seeing how language could be used as a tool for cultural exchange, right? I may not know many words that you know in your own language, but using that bridge of language together, we could develop a understanding of each other. And I think it's just providing people with the tools to interact with the world around. And how will you get there? I think I just need teaching experience, right? So I hope to go abroad for a couple of years after I finish this graduate degree, whether I go to South America, North America, Mexico, and just teach in Spanish speaking countries, just so I could practice my own Spanish. And right, so I'm teaching them English and I'm learning Spanish while I'm immersed in a world where it's that foreign language. So that's how I hope to get there. I'll let you guys know the progress. I'd like to pass it off to Giovanni.
Thanks, Sergio. So in terms of my career aspirations, like a lot of people have said today, plans change definitely throughout the time. At first, I honestly really wanted to do graphic design a long time in my younger years, and eventually kind of straight off that went into the idea of game development. I toyed around with that idea for a while, and eventually it didn't really seem like the thing for me too much. So now my main career aspiration is to work into some sort of software engineering field, whether that be just social media or just some kind of software creation. That's kind of what it's looking like right now. The main interest about my field, and honestly all the fields that I was inspired to work in, is creation. I just love creating things. I don't fancy myself too much of an artist per se, but I do like to make things that help people, like software, video games, help people relax or whatever, or just graphics and stuff like that. So how will I get there? In my experience, it's a lot of hard work, dedication, trying to get internship opportunities, trying to network, getting to know people. That's kind of how it's looking. But like I said, a lot of people's plans change, and I have no idea if my plan will be changing in the future. I sure hope not. But if so, it's about I would think the video said embracing serendipity was one of the great ones. Just being able to work with the moment, being able to adapt to the situation definitely helps you navigate your own plan. Daniela hasn't went, right? I'm gonna popcorn it over to Daniela if she hasn't yet. Okay, awesome.
Okay, hello. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure about what I'm leaning towards for my career. And I'm okay with that for right now. So what I do know is what I'm interested in, and it's something definitely related to my major, which is nutritional science. And I think that just having this job as a peer advisor has helped me sort of determine what my interests are, which is helping people and helping underrepresented students in some way, shape, or form. So I'm definitely leaning towards that. Hopefully I can find something that is connected with both my major and helping students and helping college students, or just my community. So definitely leaning towards something in that area. How will I get there? Definitely going to try to get some internships to see if I am actually good at this and interested in this overall. And gonna probably make a LinkedIn soon. I think that's important. And hopefully work with some of my connections that I have. Let's see what's out there for me. So I'll popcorn it to Elizabeth if she'd like to share.
Hello. So my career aspirations, I'm really interested in research, especially like social action research. Um, what interests me, I just have found that I like to do research, and I'm also very like critically thinking. So I like very critical research, and hopefully, I guess this is vague, but change things, I guess. How will I get there? Hopefully continuing research experience. I'd like to get a PhD, but yeah. I will pass it off to Sharon. Sorry, my screen's a little cracked. Sharon?
Hi, it's
Sorry.
Saron. Thank you. Hi. Thank you for sharing. So yeah, I'm the current program coordinator at Ours. I'm loving the presentation still. I love that video. I just think, you know, just giving advice, the team knows I love to spew out some advice, is just really, you know, getting that experience. So like in the video, when I think the character's name was John, was doing the part-time internship, I was like, yes. And it's not about knowing everything, right? Because I think no matter what job you're in, there's going to be a learning curve. It really is just getting that hands-on experience, seeing if it's a good fit for you, and going from there. But as I mentioned in the chat, I was a sociology major, women's studies minor in undergrad. I ended up studying social work in grad school. And then I was working, you know, very much in the social work realm at a nonprofit. And what I took away from that experience was that I really liked working with college students. So I decided to transition over into higher ed, and I'm really happy with that, how that turned out. So you really never know. I know y'all hear that a lot, right? Just keep networking, keep your options open, be flexible, and go from there. I don't know if Elisa wants to add anything, or doctor in the house.
Oh. Let's see. So my career aspirations. So I was an English major, and I don't know that I knew exactly what I was going to do with that. That was always the question that I would get, like, what are you gonna do with an English degree? Are you gonna teach? And initially I was like, no, I'm not gonna teach. I thought about law school, and then, you know, had some family who were lawyers and realized I don't want to do that. Um, yeah, it seemed really overwhelming. I think they were more trial lawyers. And so just the thought of, you know, trial and then having to defend folks who maybe ethically it didn't align with, I was like, I don't know if I can get past that. But I was much younger. Then ended up looking into teaching, taught in K through 12, and realized I don't want to do K through 12. Took some time off, worked as a translator for about, goodness, 4 years. So got to travel a lot. Went back to grad school. And then for me, I realized I really enjoyed research when I was getting my master's. So that's when I decided, hey, I like this a lot, and had gotten a lot of help as an undergrad from counselors, you know, some faculty who had encouraged me to continue, and decided to pursue my PhD. So then in my PhD, I focus on undergraduate research, particularly with regard to students who are underserved, underrepresented, so more racial and ethnic minoritized students is what my work has focused on. And I knew that I needed to get a PhD. So I'm more on the staff admin side, but that's not to say that in the future I won't teach, right? Or pursue a faculty position down the line. So we'll see, you know, what that looks like in a couple of years. But yeah, you pivot, right? With it. So I think, you know, what Sergio and Mitchell really said is that we think our degrees are here to pigeonhole us, but they aren't necessarily, right? It's pretty amazing when you start to hear or you talk to colleagues and peers and kind of learn about their pathway. I think a great piece of advice that I got was when you see somebody who in a role that you like, are interested in, or aspire to, is to reach out to the individual, and do what they call these informational interviews. And I've done a couple, and it's been really amazing to see folks' pathway, their trajectory. So very few have had this sort of linear path of like, I knew I was going to be in education, I did this, et cetera, et cetera. For many, it has started, I was a liberal arts major, and then I had this opportunity, and then I networked and I connected, and this job sort of came out of it. So that's what I think has been really fascinating to me, because my younger self, I think, thought, oh, everybody knows exactly what they're doing. Everybody's got this figured out. And the more you talk to people, it's like, nope, we've stumbled, we've taken breaks, gap years, and eventually have shifted down the line, right? I even have faculty mentors who have taught and have decided, hey, it's time to take a break from faculty. Now I'm going to go more into the admin side, or some do it early on, vice versa. So I think it's being open and being okay that your interests will shift. I think a lot of the times we're told like we have to have things figured out. And, I'm not the person I was 10 years ago, right? So I certainly have shifted, and I imagine 5 years, my interest might shift a little bit more in terms of maybe where I see myself, or where, what opportunities are going to come my way. So I say definitely, be open and try to silence all the opinions, because it really is about, you individually, what is working for you and what's making you happy.
Thank you for sharing, Dr. Aparicio. I'm sure we all got something out of that. And thank you all, everyone else, for participating and sharing your own goals and how we can get there. So thank you for that. I'd also like to share, before we wrap up, these resources, right? We'll send them to you in the following email with the recording following this meeting. But here are some of the assessments and major exploration and resources we offer here at CSULB. These are all free. Some of them you have to pay for them. So maybe try these out first before paying money. And some organizations, some jobs, they pay for you to take these. So maybe in the future, take advantage of those opportunities. But we will provide these resources at the end of this meeting, right? So we'd like to thank you all for your participation in today's workshop. Just a reminder that we will be coming back with our first workshop of the spring semester in February. So keep an eye out for that. And if you need any questions answered or for more information, please contact us at AA-hours@CSULB. And please visit the Undergraduate Research Services website for more information on Hours Connects, peer advising, or accessing other resources. Thank you and have a great day.